All right, the first thing that gets done every day without fail, zero excuses, non-negotiable, is hit the gym for a little workout. This can range between like half an hour to an hour. Some days it is only half an hour, I'll be honest. Today, I've got a really busy day. I'll show you kinda what some parts of my routine would look like if it wasn't such a busy day. But yeah, today it's about getting in, getting it done, getting out and getting stuck in to work. Just sending it, basically. And then for anyone that cares, I guess, my go-to music in the gym is always something heavy, like sort of Slipknot. I've been listening to a lot of Linkin Park of late as well. That just sort of music just really resonates with me in the gym and forces me to just go beast mode. All right, so usually, as part of my morning routine, I would come up here and have just a quick swim, soak up some sun, but to be honest with you, I've not been doing it all that much recently, partly because it's kind of cold here now in Dubai, honestly. Like, not cold, that sounds ridiculous. This time of the morning, like now, it's 18 degrees, right? So I'm not about to start swimming. I'll wait until it gets a little bit warmer. And I'd usually couple this up with the sauna as well. We've got a sauna here in the building, which is great. It's such an amazing thing to get into a habit of doing. Think about when you get ill, the first thing your body does is sweat, right? So a sauna is cleansing you, right? It's like it's getting rid of all the toxins all the time. When I was taking a sauna daily, I felt great, honestly, and I've not been doing it that much recently either. I don't know, I guess I've just been really busy with work and stuff like that, so I've really got to get back into that routine. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this. This is what I usually do. For now though, I've just got to get back to the desk, like I say, because I've got a lot to do. All right, so this is breakfast at the minute. I start off with the greens, of course. I actually need to get more. Yeah, I've only got a couple of scoops left. Cheers. I then have been eating porridge oats that contain like egg whites and almond milk, a bit of chia seeds, bit of cinnamon, bit of maple syrup, and also a banana as well. So it's quite a hefty breakfast, coming from someone as well who isn't really a breakfast kind of guy. I could easily go to like 2-3 p.m. without eating, but at the minute I'm really trying to bulk. I'm really trying to put on weight, and so yeah, at the moment I am just trying to cram as many calories in as I possibly can throughout the day. So that is what we are doing right now. All right, so the first thing that I do every single day without fail before I start work is plan the day, because failing to plan is planning to fail. And I say I do it before I start work because I don't want to start work and then have to plan. I plan first and then I actually officially start. As you can imagine, it's a revolving door. There's always something coming into my stratosphere that I must take care of, but not all of that is urgent. Not all of that requires like urgent attention. And so everything that comes in on a daily basis, I simply add it to my to-do list. If it is urgent, then I'll go ahead and take care of it there and then. But if it's something that, you know, it might not be, it could just sometime this week, or it might be at the weekend, or it might even just be due at some point this year, 2024. So everything that comes in, I put it into my to-do list, and then I'll go ahead and I'll assign it a sort of time. If you've never used time blocking before, I highly recommend it. Me, myself, personally, I've got borderline ADHD. I think I was probably a few years too old to actually get diagnosed with ADHD. It wasn't a thing probably when I was growing up, but I really always have struggled to focus on like one thing. I find it so easy to just get distracted. And so when I started time blocking, I've found that this has been a really great benefit. Like it's worked really well for me. And essentially all it is I just work out my working hours. I work out like the non-negotiables that are in that day. For example, today we've got some calls that we can't move. We've got a sales call. We've got an onboarding call with a new client. We've also got a team brainstorm for that actual new client as well. So these things can't be moved. So then what I'm doing is I'm trying to work out what other times I have in my day, and then I assign tasks to those times. Basically, as I'm going through my day, I'm constantly looking at the time, and then I'm like, shit, yeah, I'm ahead or behind, or that should have happened already. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm currently planning the day before I officially start for the day. All right, so one of the first tasks that I have today is Hiring, well, interviewing. We are currently getting to a point in the team, like we're getting really busy. We need a video editor ASAP, basically. It's easier said than done, right? Like since COVID happened, a lot of people have wanted to then start making money online, which I respect. It's something, work online, have location freedom, have time freedom, etc., etc. It's something that I endorse. It's something that I have done for a long time now. The trouble is that a lot of people have looked at sort of low barrier to entry skills or things that can get them to start working online with very little investment or very little sort of training, right? Video editing is one of those. Again, not putting any disrespect on this, I did it, but it's one of those things that you can pick up and you can train yourself and you can teach yourself for very little. There's so much you can learn online now between YouTube, and of course there's a huge market for it right now, right? The rise of social media has meant that there's a lot of demand for this type of skill. And so what we're seeing is there's so many video editors out there, but not all of these video editors are highly skilled. A lot of them are still getting going and they're still working out life, like we're trying to basically separate the people who are taking this seriously from the people who are maybe, doing it as a bit of a side hustle, just testing it out, whatever. The people that are highly skilled, more often than not, have got a job already or multiple clients that they are working with closely. And so it's very hard for us to find someone who is going to come into the team, who is going to contribute the way we want them to contribute, but is also very highly skilled. And what I would say is like the skill level, obviously they need to be skilled. We're looking for someone who is good, but at the same time, the main thing that we're looking for here is the person, is the fit. We want them to be able to come in and lift morale and be able to push everyone else in the team and get on with everyone. So we're kind of looking for a unicorn, and that's hard to find. So this year, myself and Scott, we've been interviewing, a fair amount of people, and nothing's really quite ticking, but it's getting to the point now where there's more onus on it. There's more pressure on us to find someone because we are getting busier. So today is a big day in terms of like potentially hiring. We've got a few potential prospects here, or potential hires here that we can tap into. So today I'm just having basically a check-in call where we just assess the vibe and stuff like that and just see what kind of person they are. And then we'll take it on from there, like go into step 2 and see what sort of skills they have got and see obviously as well if it's going to be a good fit for them. So I had a call already today. It didn't go that well. Like he didn't even have a camera, right? And he seemed like such a great guy. But I know that sounds like a small thing, but we have regular meetings, and if you don't have a camera, you can't even put yourself, online and show yourself. Again, you're not going to fit in with the rest of the team because it's going to be awkward and weird for everyone else. So let's hope that this second call goes better. I'm just waiting on him now joining. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Awesome, I can hear you too.
Great.
Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you. All right, lunchtime. We have got chicken, some rice, and of course, the hot sauce. All right, interview number 3 of the day. Let's see how this one goes. I'm really sorry because I've got to shoot off into another meeting. Final question from me. First of all, great to meet you. You seem like a great guy. You seem like you could be a great fit. I would love to explore this more. I'll share everything with Scott, like I say. But okay, I have just jumped on now to the daily debrief, which is basically a meeting that I have every single day at 1 p.m. with Scott here, our COO, and we basically just go through. Well, actually, Scott, you tell them, what is this meeting about?
Well, we mainly talk about football.
Pretty much.
We have an in-depth discussion just about the breakdown of the business, going through client updates, and kind of just taking action points on things that we need to get done, just holding each other accountable for all the things in the business.
Exactly that. Communication is key. That's one thing we've worked out, and just constantly being able to update each other and talk and have difficult conversations as well. It's not always good. We're constantly having maybe uncomfortable conversations, and it requires you to be super honest with each other. It requires you to be able to receive feedback to a really good level and not be emotional towards certain things. And yeah, we're really honest with each other, and sometimes probably very blunt, but at the same time it works. It gets us to our desired outcome. So we're just going to be on this call for an hour or so, and then a few things to get on with later. So leave me to it. Leave me alone. Now, it might come as a surprise to many of you when I say I don't get all that much sunshine, even though I live here in Dubai, a place where it is always sunny. But that's the truth, I spend most of my time locked up in that room at my laptop, doing work. And to many of you, that might seem extremely boring, and in all truth, it probably is, right? I'm not going to dress it up, but it's consistent. I'm consistently working on my goals, working on the business every single day, doing what I believe the right things are. And it's really important to talk about how consistency sort of compounds over time. You know, you might not see the effects of what you're doing in a day, or in 2 days, or in a week, or in a month, or a year even, but actually over time, if you were to consistently do the same thing over and over, you will notice a huge sort of positive result or negative result depending on what that thing is that you're doing. Everyone has got a very short sort of focus when it comes to success. Like, everyone wants instant gratification. The world of social media has given us that, you know, like TikTok, Instagram, Reels, YouTube. Like, you literally just go, you want something, you go online, you get it within moments. And this is actually a really dangerous thing, especially in the real world, because success does take time. You can't just wake up one morning and expect to just get success, right? It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of doing the right thing consistently, like I say, over time, in order for it to compound, in order for you to get to your desired result. And so it's really important to not have this sort of instant sort of gratification mindset. You've got to develop a mindset where you are not just looking at a year, you're not just looking at 2, you're looking at decades. Something that I've seen firsthand in my life, in my personal experience. I was actually a professional golfer back in the day before I turned to, you know, business and stuff like that, and I had no right being a professional golfer. I was a very average golfer, and I still am, but I guess at the time of my peak playing career, if you like, I got actually okay, like I was semi-decent at golf, like I could hold my own, but that only came through consistent hard work and doing the right things every single day, you know, waking up, eating the right thing, training in the right way, not only practicing but going to the gym, practicing for a certain amount of hours every day, working on my weaknesses, etc., etc. Not just for, you know, one day of the week, it was every single day, whether it be Christmas Day, New Year's Day, birthdays, holidays, whatever the case was, I was always showing up and always putting my best foot forward in order to improve. And, you know, I didn't see an instant sort of improvement, but when I look back at my sort of yearly and even 3 yearly improvements on my scores and stuff like that, it was so clear to see how much better I became. So in life, you're not going to see this instant change. It will take time, but if that thing is worth it, then you will naturally reap the rewards from that. So I just wanted to bring that up. I think it's an important topic and something that definitely should be spoke about more often than it currently is. And that is it for my few minutes of sunshine today. I've also noticed a real difference when I get this sunshine, because when I don't get it, I feel really like low on energy and stuff like that. And it's funny, just even 10-15 minutes of sunshine in a day. Another reason I left the UK was this time of year you just get no sunshine ever. You end up just being depressed.
Yeah, I think I wrote down AI generated content like round.
I mean, you did have one clip to him, so I don't know whether his settings are too loud or something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, team, good work. We'll chat later. Okay, extremely busy day today. Another call now, just jumping on with, well, it's a sales call, but it's probably the third time that we've had a conversation, so I'm hoping that this time we land. Hello.
Okay.
How are you? Just going on to pricing then, you mentioned £1,500 sterling. I've put that into old Google Translate here, into USD. That equates to $1,895, so $1,900. Would I be able to push you to $2,000? That's 2/3 of the price, and that will get you 2/3 of the content. Does that work?
Yeah, I can do that. It's not a problem.
Okay, cool. Lovely. Here's to a long and successful relationship, and yeah, we're going to smash it.
Oh, we are. It's going to be.
Bye-bye. Bye. Another fucking client. Let's go. Clients are coming in thick and fast at the minute. It's great. It's a great feeling. There's nothing better in business when things are going well. It doesn't happen often, but right now, with the business and the position that we're in, things are moving in the right direction quickly, like a lot. And yeah, it's just a great feeling. It's a great feeling. One thing I will say though to anyone watching this who has their own business is when things are going well, that is the time to double down. I heard this actually a few years ago, and you don't actually take stuff like that on board until it happens to you. And last year, September, October time, things were going really well within the business. We'd never had like such a high in business, like in terms of revenue and stuff like that. We're just in such a great place. And I, as a founder, sort of took my foot off the gas a little bit, took it for granted a little bit, and I sort of stopped pushing as hard. And things not came crashing down as such, but we lost clients basically through no fault of our own. Like, these things happen. We lost that revenue, and we were sort of struggling over sort of like November, December time. It was a real struggle because obviously at that time too, you can imagine that no one's really looking to go into a new partnership or a new relationship, especially with a company like us, around Christmas time. And so we were really in survival mode for a long time, and it's came around now to this point now, end of February, where it's like, right, let's send it, get new clients, and things are coming through quick and fast and great, like I say. But at the same time now, maybe without that prior experience, I would maybe go, okay, we're in a good place, we can take foot off the gas a little bit and just chill. But knowing what I know now from last time, I know now is the time to change gear, press the NOS button, whatever analogy you want to use there, and absolutely send it again and keep going until we get to a point where our revenue numbers are just double of what we even dream of or hope of or want or target, just so we're in a position where if things do go wrong, we've got so much more margin for disaster, if you like. So that's where we're at right now. Things are going really well at the moment. We want to end the quarter, we've still got another 30 days-ish, probably 32 or 34 days on a real high, really push the revenue and get up to some pretty great numbers. But from there, the key is again not to stop there, to keep building, to keep pushing, to keep asking the right questions, and keep going and find a way to make it work. So new client, let's go. Okay, now going on the final call of the day with our most recent client to sort of just do our onboarding call. Hi, John.
Hello. How's it going, Red?
I'm good, thank you. John.
Nice to meet you, John.
Hey, Scott. Nice to meet you.
All right, just to sort of touch on the compound effect I was talking about earlier. I'm out running. I'm training for a marathon. I did sign up. 16 weeks away. I'm coming off the back of an injury. But it would be so easy for me to go, I've got this marathon coming up, like I need to go all out, but I'm trying to take it a lot easier, slow and steady, build myself back in. Think about that sort of compound effect. Good habits, daily, weekly, focusing on rest and recovery, but also focusing on eating right, training right, getting myself in the best possible shape that I can in order to succeed when race day comes. So honestly guys, compound effect, it's real. Put it to best use whenever you're trying to do anything, achieve anything in life. I feel like David Goggins at this point. I think that's enough for one day.